Ha! Ha! I've been saying hi and good morning to everybody, and I've been muted this whole time. Oh my god. Bruh. What
I
is it?
thought you were messing with us. I thought you were
No.
trying to do like that, but I didn't
No.
notice that.
Ay, ay, ay. Hola Jessica, ¿cómo estás? Bien, bien. Okay, so son las 11:17. I'm gonna get started, okay? I want to appreciate all of you for being here on time. I know some of you are having internet issues, pero recuerda, the class starts at 11:15, okay? So let's go ahead and begin. Um, in your notebooks, if possible, please write these two learning goals for today. I can write linear equations and interpret graphs, and I can identify the constant of proportionality from a table, a graph, and a linear equation. Edgar and Brian, ojalá están escribiendo estos en sus cuadernos, ¿ok? I'll give you another 30 seconds to write these down, okay? Okay, so let's move forward. We do have some vocabulary today, okay? Tenemos vocabulario. It's these two equations, and I definitely want you to copy this in your notebook, okay? I can't spell copy. Thank you for letting me know, Angel, because I was going to ask people to read problems out in a bit. Okay, so just to give you some background info, these two equations are the same. They're the same. They just look different. This number right here, K and M, this number, we first learn it as our constant of proportionality. And that's the number you get when you divide the y value by the x value. Later in the 7th grade, you learn it as your unit ratio. How many is there of something for something? For every 7 cookies, there's one glass of milk or something. I don't know, whatever the ratio is. And then maybe Mr. Gomez talked to you about this last year. If not, that's fine. I know I definitely introduced it a couple weeks ago. I then told you, hey, another word for all of these terms is called your slope. These three numbers, or sorry, these three words all mean the same thing: slope, unit ratio, constant of proportionality. It's the number in front of the x value. In this equation, that's your slope or your unit ratio or constant of proportionality. I'm not going to write the whole thing. I'm not going to write the whole thing. The number in front of the x is your slope. In fact, let me write that down. The number in front of your x is your slope. So let's see if somebody knows. Does anybody know what B represents? Okay. Well, mm, it might not make any sense right now, but B is your starting value on the y-axis. Excuse me while I sneeze. Bless me.
That was a loud. That was a loud one.
I know, right? Thank God for this muting apparatus. So that number, the letter B, is your starting. Brian, ya te dije que no. Hoy no. Um, B is our starting value on the y-axis. Yes, Kelvin?
Also, does X also start in the beginning, or is it just start with Y from the other one? Like in the
Uh,
first one, or does it like start with X, or does it start with Y?
so you always start with this number. You always start with this number, okay? But let me ask you this. Are we adding anything here? Is there a plus something? No. And if there was, it would be a plus 0. And that's why whenever you have a proportional relationship, the 0 means you start at 0 and then you graph your slope. Sí, Jessica, y aprecio mucho que me hayas recordado. Tengo que decirles algo a la clase. I have to say something to y'all. And then here, B is telling you, hey, you're going to start at this number and then graph your line. It's going to make so much more sense, though, the deeper we go into this. And before we begin, I think most of us are here. There's a couple of us missing, but that's fine. So I do want to make an announcement, and hopefully everybody is listening and is not like doing something right now. Starting tomorrow, if you log into class después de las 11:15, if you log in after 11:15, you will be marked late. And so this means that you're going to lose half a point for participation. So every week you get, what is happening? Oh, the cable's stuck. Every week you have 10 points for participation. If you show up to class on time, if you participate, you get all 10 points. If you start showing up late, or if I say, hey, Miguel, are you there? Can you please read this? And you don't, you're going to lose points. So if you come in late, that's minus half a point. If I ask you to unmute yourself and read out a problem, or if I send you to breakout groups and you're not responding, right? Basically, if you're not at your computer and I'm asking for your attention, you will also lose half a point. It's very easy to get them back. You just have to participate when I ask you to. But the reason I'm doing this is because it is getting annoying that people are coming in like 3 or 4 minutes after class starts. And so I can't get class started. So it's nothing against you, okay? My other class was also doing it, and so I'm just like putting my foot down and saying, you know what? We're gonna start class at 11:15. If you're late, you're late. You're gonna get points taken off. If if your parents ask you to do something while you're in class, let them know I'm gonna lose points if I get called on. So maybe, hopefully, they'll start respecting, your class time. And last but not least, so today will be the last day that I am personally going to be typing in the link to Jamboard. I know some of you already know where to find it. And again, it's the same reason. You can find it on Canvas, but a lot of you are becoming lazy butts and just being like, Maestro, can you give us the link? So let me show you where you can find the link. So now we got kicked out again. Ay, ay, ay. So let me show you. Actually, you know what? Ah, dashboard. So you should have. Okay, somebody's writing. Come on, y'all. Um, you should have your dashboard link up here. Okay. You're gonna click on Olivares. That's my last name. Heritage is from Spain and Mesoamerica. You're gonna click on modules and look, week 5, Monday, right? Lunes, notes. This is class B. You click on them and voila. Oh my God. How I'm at school. How is this internet slow? And then you have the class notes, okay? I'm not gonna be posting the link from now on in the chat. I'm sorry. You know where to find it. Want to know why? You want to know why? The resources are there. So why am I spending time to show it to you if you already know where it is? So that's why. Oh, oh, Edwin, you lagging really badly. I made that comment like half a minute ago. Anyways, are there any questions about the expectations for being on time to class or participating? Any question, any pregunta? Edwin, you saying the school Wi-Fi is due to, aren't you the one that keeps disconnecting also? Hold up, hold up. Ah, this is taking way too long. Hold up, hold up, hold up. Let me say that again. Hold up, hold up. Don't you keep disconnecting? Okay, that was really bad. I'm sorry. That was bad. That was horrible. Let's move forward. Okay, so just to give you some background info on this problem, these two graphs, they're the same. It's the same graph, except one, you zoomed in than the other one. Here, they're both minutes, right? It's the time. This is 1 minute, 2 minutes on this axis. This whole thing is just 2 minutes. But on this graph, the x-axis goes all the way to 80 minutes. So we zoomed out 40 times so we could see the big picture. So these are the same. These graphs are the same. They're the same. So let's go ahead and read. Two large water tanks, right? Un tank de water are being filled with water. Tank A is not filled at a constant rate. You are not filling it at the same rate. So imagine if I were to drink the same amount of water every minute, this tank is like little water, little water, a lot of water. It's not being filled at the same rate. You're filling it at different speeds. And the graph of the red tank, it's these two. That's the red tank. And the relationship between its volume of water, right, how much water it has, is graphed on each axis. Tank B is filled at a constant rate of medio litro per minute. So every minute, tank B, we don't know where the graph is being filled half a liter per minute. The relationship between its volume of water and the time can be described by the equation volume of water is equal to 1/2 times T, where T represents the time in minutes and V is the total volume of liters in water. So we have two different tanks, the red one and the blue one, okay? So my first question to you is, in 30 seconds, okay? Which tank has more water? I'm writing out the question in the chat, by the way. Chris, I already answered that. I'm sorry, man. In 30 seconds, which tank has more water? Tank A or tank B? You have the graph where it's 30 seconds. You have the equation for the blue tank. How can you use it to find how much water there is after 30 seconds? So in the chat box right now, type red or blue. Which one do you think has more water after 30 seconds? I'm not going to ask you to explain, okay? So this is simply for participation, so I can get a count of who is here and who is not here. Edwin, I'd prefer if you were to pick one or the other. Thank you, Kelvin. Thank you, Kathy. Thank you, Emily. Thank you, Edwin. Thank you, Maria. Thank you, Diana, Surami, Brian. Wow, this is amazing. I love it. I love it. So almost everybody is saying red. For extra credit, does somebody want to unmute themselves and explain why they said red?
I'll go. Can I go?
Yeah.
I think it's red because, like you say, every time when you sip, or like every kind of like every second you sip sip of water, and it takes more time for the how you say it for the blue one, for the blue tank to fill. because when you keep sipping it, you keep drinking water, and you kind of don't drink water like for like a long time. So that's what I think.
Okay. Um, I appreciate you, Kelvin, for speaking up. Does anybody want to back up their answers with some mathematics? Like maybe some of the numbers here? By the way, Kelvin, you're still going to get extra credit, okay? Okay. So 30 seconds. Where is 30 seconds right here on the x-axis? Where can I find 30 seconds? Between what two decimals is 30 seconds?
0.2 and 0.4.
Okay. So you're saying between 0.2 and 0.4? Do do we agree that 30 seconds is right here? 1 to 2, 1.2. Where's 1 minute? Where's the 1 minute marker?
In the middle.
In the middle, right here. This is 1 minute. So where would 30 seconds be?
To the left.
Okay, yeah, to the left. But between what two numbers would 30 seconds be?
4 and 6,
Why 4 and 6?
because that's the middle
That's the
of the
middle.
middle.
Yeah. What is what is what is 30 seconds over 60? Is that like one half? That's one half, right? And one half as a decimal is zero point 0.5, as Michelle said. It's, wait, what? That's wrong. Ah, so right here, that's zero point 0.5. Half of 60 is 30, yeah. So one half or 30 seconds, that's 30 seconds right there, okay? So, oh God, I can't even draw a line. Can somebody interpret that point for me? That's 30 seconds, but how many liters of water do I have? After 30 seconds, how many liters of water? Ooh, zero point 0.7? Zero point 0.7? It's below, right? This is below zero point 0.6. And then for those of you saying zero point 0.5, I think it's slightly above zero point 0.5. So let's just say it's zero point 0.5, okay? Let's say it's zero point 0.5 liters, okay? After 30 seconds. Now, what about the second tank, the blue one? The equation is V equals 1/2 times T. 30 seconds, right? 30 seconds is the same thing as half a minute. Is that right or wrong? That's right. 30 seconds is the same thing as 1 minute, half a minute. So if we want to find how much volume, el volumen de litros de agua, we multiply 1/2 by 1/2. So what is 1/2 times 1/2? ¿Cuánto es la mitad por la mitad? Kathy, what did you get?
Um, 1/4
How did you get 1/4?
because 1 times 1 is 1 and 2 times 2 is 4.
Ah, perfect. So in order to multiply fractions, right, you multiply 1 times 1 and then 2 times 2. For those of you who said the answer was 1, I think you added. You're supposed to multiply. Awesome. So what is 1/4 as a decimal? How can you write 1/4 as a decimal? Mario, how'd you get 0.25?
0.25 is 1/4 decimal.
Yeah. I mean, some people might know off the top of their head that 1/4 is just 0.25. Alternatively, you can do 1 divided by 4 on a calculator and you'll get 0.25 also. So let's see, do I want to start calling on people? No, not yet. Can somebody mathematically explain why the red tank has more water than the blue tank? Somebody want to mathematically explain why? Am I gonna have to start calling on people? Hmm. Well, let's start at the list. Marcos. Marcos. According to the red text, how many liters of water do I have after 30 seconds? Point 0.5, right? 0.5 liters of water. Thank you. Alex, after 30 seconds, how many liters of water do I have?
I don't know.
Take a look at the picture I'm circling right now. How many liters of water do I have after 30 seconds?
0.25.
0.25. Thank you, Alex. Now, Angie, tell me, which one is bigger, 0.25 or 0.50?
0.50.
0.50. So after 30 seconds, tank A has more water.
I have a question.
¿Qué vale?
¿Por qué dice 50? Sí, ahí se parece solo uno. I mean, solo 5.
Oh, good question, good question, good question. Does anybody want to explain why? Or, right? 0.50 es, digo, 0.5 es lo mismo que 0.50. So Kathy, if you have zeros at the end of a number, you can remove them since you don't really need them. This is 5/10 or 5 décimos. And then 0.50 is 50 hundredths. Dime si no es verdad. Los dos son mitad, right?
Yes.
5 de 10 o 50 de 100. So they're both half, yeah. So that's why I said 0.50 right here. But it's
Okay.
the same, 0.5, 0.50. So now, hey, no wait, wrong one. It's this one I want to delete. So now we want to know When do they have the same amount of water? The red graph is already graphed. That's this one right here. Actually, let me use a different color. Oh, pues, ni con lentes puedo. Ahí está. That's the red graph. So now I want to know, where's the blue graph? What does it look like? The equation is 1/2 T. The volume, you take the number of minutes and you multiply it by a half, and that's how many liters of water you have. Another way to write the equation, y equals 1/2 x. What is the slope in that equation?
50.
Can you tell it? Can you say it to me as a fraction?
1.5.
Ooh, so close, so close, so close. It's not 1.5.
Half.
It's a half. Diana, how do you know it's a half?
Porque ahí está.
Because the number in front of the x is always your slope.
Kathy, ¿qué ibas a decir tú?
Nada.
So I really want to appreciate y'all for engaging. Les digo, la verdad, this class is much more interactive. Y'all are more engaging. You listen more than my previous class. And Diana, I want to appreciate what you said. You remembered A, from the notes we took, well pues, from the notes we took earlier, the number in front of the x is your slope, also known as your unit ratio. Nobody in my last class remembered that, even though it was just 2 slides before that. So our slope is 1/2. Let me write your name down actually. Okay. What is the ratio of slope again? Slope is what over what? Does anybody remember? What 2 sides do I take the ratio of to find the slope? Maybe somebody other than Kelvin or Diana. Somebody who I haven't heard from. What is slope? Say it loud, Ashley. Ashley, if you can unmute yourself and say it so everybody can hear it.
Run and rise.
Woo! And which one goes on top? Is it rise or run?
Rise and run.
Yes. I was kind of hoping Ashley would tell us, but thank you. Rise over run. Beautiful. So that means since the slope is 1/2, that means I go up by 1 and 2 to the right. Up by 1, 2 to the right. Up by 1, 2 to the right. What if I go up by 3? How much do I need to go to the right by? But if I go up by 3 and I want to keep things proportional, how much do I have to go to the right by? Not 3, right? Because if we go up by 1, I go 2 to the right. So if I go up by 3, how much do I have to go to the right by? Say it loud, Daniela. Unmute yourself and tell us.
6.
6. Why 6?
I don't know.
She knows. It's just hard for us to explain it sometimes. Yeah, we want to keep things proportional. So if you go up by 1, sorry, if you go up by 3, it's just doubling, right? So you double it to get 6. Once we have our blue points, let's connect them. It's really, really, I just did that. I'm so sorry. It's really, really difficult to see where the 2 lines are crossing. We have the red line, and then we have our blue line. So where is it crossing? Well, if I zoom in, it kind of looks like it's crossing at this point right here. Who feels confident? Maybe somebody aside from Kelvin, Diana, and Ashley. Who feels confident to tell me how many minutes right here and how many liters of water at this point right here? Thank you, Diana. Wait, no, I said not Diana. Somebody different. I'm waiting for somebody else.
Rolling rice.
Yeah, well, we calculated the rise and the run, but I'm trying to figure out, how many minutes and how many liters of water does this point represent? It's like that IXL skill where they asked you, is this 60 minutes and 30 liters or is it 30 minutes and 60 liters? Thank you, Elisel. Yeah. 60 minutes and 30 liters of water. So at 1 hour and 60 minutes, both the blue tank and the red tank are gonna have the same amount of water. How much water? 30 liters. 30 litros de agua after 1 hour. In the beginning, the red tank had more. After after an hour, the blue tank will have more. But what's important here is we have our point of intersection, our point where the 2 lines cross. What does that mean? They have the same amount of water at the same amount of time. We're going to practice a 3 reads protocol now. This protocol will allow us to extract information and make sense of the problem. Avalon, can I please have you read the problem statement?
The Origami Club is doing a car wash fundraiser to raise money for a trip. They charge the same price for every car. After 11 cars, they raised a total of $93.50. After 23 cars, they raised a total of $195.50.
Thank you so much, Avalon. So I was listening to the problem. What is the problem about? What's the situation about? Anybody? What's the problem about? Money, okay. Thank you, Angel. Money. What else is the problem about? ¿De qué se trata? What's the problem about? Cars, yeah. What's going on with the cars? What are we doing to the cars? Car wash. Yeah, it's a cars wash. It's a car wash, right? And people are fundraising money. Beautiful. So we know what the problem is. It's about a car wash and people are washing cars for money. Perfect. The second time we read this problem, I want you to think, what are some important pieces of information? Chris, can I please have you unmute yourself and read the problem again?
The origin origami
I think you muted yourself.
the Origami Club is doing a car wash fundraiser to raise money for a trip. They charge the same price for every car. After 11 cars, they raised a total of $93.50. After 23 cars, they raised a total of $195.50.
Perfect. Thank you so much, Chris. Is there anything important in that problem that we just read? Anything important? I mean, yeah, the cars are important, but like what's some like is there anything that we can use here? Yeah, Maria Jose. There's 11 cars, and how much does it cost for 11 cars? $93.50. Yeah. So for 11 cars, it was $93.50. Is that the only piece of information we know? What else do we know? 95, yeah, $195. And that's after how many cars? 23, yes. So two pieces of information here. 11 cars, total of $93. And after 23 cars, $195. So imagine you're the teacher, you're the maestro or maestra. This is the situation. What are some questions, qué son preguntas that we can ask you so you can figure out the answers to? What do you think are some questions that you could ask the students about this problem? So I want you to put your teacher hat on. You are the teacher right now. This is a situation you are giving to your students. What are some questions that they could answer about the problem? If you think you have a question that you could ask, type it into the chat. Maria Jose. We'll find out right now. Kathy, can you go ahead and unmute yourself and let us know what you thought?
So what I thought was that how much is for one car? Like cuánto
How,
vale por un carro?
how much is it for one car? We know cuánto nos cobran for 11 carros, $93.50. So a question we could ask is, ¿cuánto por un carro? ¿Cuánto cuesta por un carro? How much does it cost for one car? Has anybody figured it out? Um, no te estoy sacando, Edgar. Edgar, creo que lo que está pasando es de que tu internet se está cortando y te está sacando de la clase.
No.
Yeah, because nobody has co-hosts here. Okay. So Maria Jose, how did you get $8.50?
I divided 93.50 and 11.
Okay, so you did. So you did $93. Ay Dios. You did $93.50, and you divided it by 11 cars to get $8.50 por carro. That's perfect. Yeah, $8.50 per car. So when we take a look at this, and thank you so much for letting us know how you did that. We take the amount of money, which is $93.50, and divided it by 11 cars to get $8.50. This right here, that's our slope or our unit ratio. What would the equation be if we know our slope or our unit ratio? Y equals something x. What would I write on my equation? Yeah, Angel. I Angel, I'm hoping that you can like post that in the general chat. Yes. The unit ratio is 8.50, so the slope is 8.50. And if we try graphing this, number of cars, 1, 2, 3, 4. Each car is $8.50. This is 850, 17, 25.50, and so on and so on, right? It's the amount of money. One car is $8.50. Two cars is $17. Three cars is $25.50. We can keep graphing, but if you have enough points, go ahead and connect them. Our unit ratio is $8.50. The cost goes up by $8.50 for one car. Different representations, and you can find the unit ratio or the slope. When you have a table, all you do is divide the y value by the x value. If you have an equation, all you do is look at the number in front of the x. And if you have a graph, you draw the triangle and you see how much does it go up and how much does it go to the right. And you divide those numbers. We have an exit ticket. You can use your notes. Whoever just disconnected is going to lose out because there's a homework assignment and an exit ticket. I don't know why people do this. The exit ticket, you will be able to get a 4 out of 4 if you use your notes. Use your notes. What I mean by using your notes is look at the first 3 pages of your notes, okay? Or the 3 pages of our slides. The answer to the exit ticket is in the first 3 pages. When you finish the exit ticket, please type into the chat box, finished. Thank you to those of you who have started it. Avalon, I don't think you've started yours yet. Dani, you haven't clicked on it. Diana, you haven't clicked on it yet. I don't think Edwin is in this class, is he? I think you are actually. Yes, you are. Edwin, please go ahead and get started. Elvis, please get started. Kathy, you haven't started it. Please start it. Marcos, please start on it. Michelle, please start on this. Thank you, Angel. Thank you, Kelvin, for letting me know that you finished it. Ricky, you haven't started it.
Maestro,
What's up?
tenemos que explicar por qué.
I don't think you have to. Not in the exit ticket.
Ah, ok. Solo tenemos que poner
Just tell me what
letra.
it. Yeah, just tell me what it means.
Ah, ok.
And once you finish the exit ticket, you are free to log off. But there's a lot of you who haven't started on it.
I guess bye then.
We don't say bye here. We say see you later.
Sorry, I mean see you later, alligator.
In a while, crocodile. Have a good one. Have a good one, Mario. Have a good one, Doris. See you, Juan.
I'm done.
Amazing. So don't forget about the homework, okay?
Yeah.
Thank you,
See you
Rodrigo.
later.
Órale, nos vemos. There we go. Oh, Jennifer, je veux que tu parles français aussi. Vous êtes fini? Right? Tu peux dire, here, let me write it out actually. Let's see if you know what this means actually, okay? Tu,
It sounded like you casted a spell on her.
hoy no más. Tu peux dire que j'ai fini mes devoirs. Do you think you can translate that without having to use Google Translate? What do you think that means?
See you later.
Alligator.
If she turns into a frog later, I think we know why.
For those of you who finished and are interested, close, Jenny. So this tu peux, it literally means tú puedes, right? Like tú puedes, peux. Dire means, it's the word to tell, decir. La palabra que es la misma palabra que. Did you take French or witchcraft? Ha ha ha, you're funny. Yo, fini es la palabra terminar. What about me devoir? What do you think that means? I'm gonna turn into a frog now. Bruh. Me devoir. Devoir. Wait. What word do you think devoir means? Think of a Spanish word. Divorce. Devoir. Devoir. Yo terminé mis deberes. In French, yeah, homework. In French, devoir means homework. Son deberes. Thank you, Chris. Feel free to stay or whatever it is that you want to do. Tu peux dire que je finis mes devoirs. Let's do another one. What about this one? Seriously, for those of you who speak Spanish, French is really easy because a lot of the words are very similar. What about this sentence? Wait, I'm trying to think of words that are similar to Spanish so that you know what the meaning is. Hier, j'ai vu la télé pour 5 heures. Let's see, Surami, Michelle, Kathy, Jennifer, Emily, Elvis, and Avalon. Hier, j'ai vu la télé pour 5 heures. What does that mean? What are some words you know in there? Mande?
Que prenden la tele.
Yeah. So this means la tele, right? What else? What other words do you know?
Can you repeat it?
Hier, j'ai vu la télé pour 5 heures. Okay, this obviously means 5, right? Cinco. Yo quiero ver la... No. 5 heures. Oh, sorry. 5 es 5. 5. What do you think this means? This word, Canal 5. No. Okay, how about this? Maintenant, il est 12h20. Ooh, yes, Surami. Yes. Yo vi la tele por 5 horas. Manzana vented. What? Oh my God. But what about this word? How do you say yesterday in Spanish?
Ayer.
Ayer. This word is pronounced yer. Yer, ayer. So I was kind of hoping that you would know yer, ayer. But I'm serious about this. When you go to high school and you are allowed to take a language, you can take French and it's going to be an easy A because most of you already know Spanish. If you take Spanish as a foreign language, once again, you're going to do fantastic. And you can also get college credit if you do really well in it, but you're not going to be able to learn a different language like French. So, je ne regrette pas quelque chose. Je peux parler le français comme ci, comme ça. Si j'ai voyagé à la France, je peux parler avec les personnes. I don't know what else to say. Basically, I said if I were to go to France, I would not be afraid because I could communicate in French enough to ask simple questions. But like, I don't speak German. If I go to Germany, I'm gonna be like, I have no idea what you're saying. Yo no te entiendo. Anyways, I'm gonna go to the restroom and then I'm gonna go ahead and do attendance and grade some exit tickets. But thank you all so much. Reach out to me if you have any questions about La Tarea, okay? Merci beaucoup. Demain, était ici à las 11. Oui?
Did you just say I'm gonna turn into a frog a las 11?
Wait, yeah, 11. 11. À las 11. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, enough D's.
Oh yeah, I know my numbers because I listen to Hamilton. So like I know like that the first couple numbers, but the rest I don't.
Good stuff, good stuff. Avalon, we don't say goodbye. We say see you later, alligator. Ay, ay, ay. Anyways, nos vemos.